What's up? This is going to be my personal opinions on FL Studio 11 versus Logic Pro 10, Logic Pro X, Roman numeral. And off the bat, I'm going to say it's a very, very hard thing to say one is better. And I kind of don't think I'm going to truly be able to say one is better, but I'm going to point out some things that are pretty different. So you kind of have to nitpick a little bit. But like, for instance, if we want to compare stock instruments, right? Because we can't talk about expanding and all the other stuff because they both can expand, right? But stock instruments, what's better? Logic or FL Studio? Some of the goddamn knobs and things in Logic are annoyingly small. I mean, I'm not like a hobbit, you know, it's a 50-inch TV, but still look how small that is. Look, you know. To me it's kind of not a problem though. For me, I would be annoyed on a smaller screen. I really would. In FL Studio, it's not like the buttons are huge, but it's more like it's just better, especially on smaller screens. Now, visually, I like them both. They both look nice. The instruments over here in Logic look really nice. You know, I can't complain really. This is a newer one, and you can see how they made the knobs and everything bigger. And but they both look really nice, but I lean towards FL Studio's look more. And in fact, in FL Studio, your background can be a picture. So, and you're working in Windows that's in front of whatever picture you want to be in front of. You want to have a space background, you can have a space background because I want to make alien music right now, or whatever. You make R&B, you want to put some girls in the back, I don't know. So FL Studio being more customizable in that area, it kind of wins on looks. And as far as the sounds the instruments make themselves, that's a hard one. The sounds that come out of instruments in Logic may stock sound slightly better. And I didn't want to say that, but it might be true a little bit. But if we're comparing all the instruments, I honestly have to say FL Studio wins for one reason and one reason alone, because it has this instrument called autogun, right? And you can see that it says it has 4,294,967,002 sounds stock in that one instrument. So there's nothing in Logic that's going to compete with that, but at the same time, that autogun instrument is not perfect. There's not even a browser. Yeah, so, but what you can do is when you find the sound out of those 4 billion, you can save it and then make your own banks and put these in bass and this in synth and this in, you know. But the instruments in Logic are so powerful that you can make 4 billion sounds by combining this with another synth and, you know, making automation on it and yada yada. So it's a hard comparison. I think a crucial feature is FL Studio. You buy it online, you get free upgrades for life. Doesn't matter what FL Studio they come out with, 12, 13, 27, you get them all for free. Logic, no, you're going to have to buy the next Logic, which is kind of, but it is what it is. And I'd say FL Studio is definitely more easy for the beginner, and FL Studio in ways has more powerful things. You can't create a synthesizer in Logic stock. You can buy Reactor, make sense in that, or and in FL Studio you can build a custom effect, right? You can't do that here. The FL Studio formula controller, it can be so deep and nerdy with math formulas, but then at the same time, you can pick presets, so say like a sine wave, and have that sine wave automating your automation parameters, or you can have multiple formula controllers controlling other formula controllers that are then controlling your knob. And that kind of level of crazy automation on top of itself isn't really possible here. And then that's not a bad thing, but it's FL Studio is more powerful in that department. For example, like just functionality wise, and learning it and getting around everything in Logic can have a shortcut, right? And say you want to change your sound, you can do it here. Oh, okay, nice, intuitive. But if you thought to look over here and change it there, you could change it there too. Okay, nice. In FL Studio, there's more ways of doing everything. I find in Logic some things is just kind of like there's one way to do it. You wanna come change your instrument and bring up your instrument. You go and you bring up your instrument. Or in FL Studio, you can go to your menu to bring up an instrument. You can load up your plugin picker. You can just drag your instrument from your instrument section onto the track you want. So it's honestly, man, this is a hard ass video. I didn't think it was gonna be this hard to make. But if you said you like Logic more, I can understand that. If you say you like FL Studio more, I definitely can understand that. Me personally, I'll never go back to working with just one, and that's kind of what I do. I'm a hoarder of things, and that's what I do. I like, what's better, FL Studio or Reason? Well, I got both. Well, how do those compare to Ableton and Pro Tools? Well, I got those too. Well, which is the best? Well, they all have pros and cons. You want a beat machine or a keyboard workstation? Well, both, please. Do you want soda or food? Can I have both, please? That's what I do. So, PC or Mac, I got both, please. And maybe that's a little excessive, but I've been into music for so many years, and you just kind of get sick of people saying, "Oh no, Reason is better than," so I can get Reason, see what it's about, and I got Logic, see what it's about, and it's good, and I've only had Logic a couple of months, and but I've seen all the SF Logic Ninja videos. I've watched a whole bunch of tutorials. I know how to do everything in Logic now. It's not that stiff of a learning curve when you come from other programs, especially if you're like me. You have FL Studio, Reason, Ableton, Pro Tools, Tractor, and this is what I do. So a setup for me, maybe, and this could be my ending note, will be, you can see my video on it, but I can run FL Studio and send out MIDI clock, and my iPad here connects to its own interface through a camera connection kit from Hong Kong, and it sends clock to my MPC, my KP3, my Triton. And then what I do is I take the clock and then send it to Tractor Pro 2, the DJ software. And what Tractor does is beautiful. It has it time matches different samples. You can have rock and an oldie over here or whatever, and it mixes it perfectly. And then that clock, since it's coming from my FL Studio, it's perfectly matched, so it's like the perfect sampling machine to do that. But I made a whole video on that, and yeah, that's my video. It's what's better, you decide. Basically, I love both the same way I love PC and Mac. And yeah, there's the PC over there, and I didn't feel like loading it all up and doing the whole video like that. But there you have it.